Welcome to a Do Not Disturb podcast. I'm your host, Jonathan Wade. I am so excited to finally have this first episode. I want to just make this episode about just expectations for this podcast, essentially what it's about, and a little bit of background about me. A Do Not Disturb podcast essentially is going to be focused around conversations that I have with people, great people in my life that are doing really inspirational, impactful things. I've come across in my journey a lot of educators, a lot of influencers, a lot of creatives, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of a list that can just endlessly go on. And I think what inspires me most is that people that are journeying with the mind of trying to figure it out too. I think a Do Not Disturb is about being able to lock out the noise and focus in on what it is that is for you, what it is that you are trying to do for you. And so this is a space where we will unplug from the noise, dive into meaningful conversation, and just uncover the journeys of leadership, innovation, and change making. And that means a lot to me, especially with the people in my life that has supported me and filled me with love as far as my journey goes. And so that's a backstory about the Do Not Disturb podcast. Again, I just want it to be a space where people are heard, people are seen, people are recognized for, their own perspective of life, their own, views of this world and how they're journeying in this world with that. And there's a message and a story behind everyone. And so there's that. And for me, a little bit about me, I'm Jonathan. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New York is a centerpiece to everything that I am. I feel like outside of my Caribbean background, wasn't for the environment that I grew up in, the people that I came across, I wouldn't have been able to see the future that I have for myself. I've come across people that stayed on the block, you know what I mean, that didn't know how to get out or get out their environment or get out from the state or get out of the borough, you know what I mean. I've been around people that talked about how much they had ambitions and goals, but life circumstances had taken them from that opportunity or taking them from that plan. And I've often heard people talk about that even in their experiences, what kept them afloat was their mentality, What kept them afloat was that will to say, well, this is what I have to do. And if no one else understands that, I do. And so, again, this is a space for that. This is a space that I want to cultivate and I'm excited for. I want to build on just people that feel like that, just understand that part of change is internal before it's external. Part of change is being able to recognize the things that mean well or might not mean well, but mean something, and intentionally doing something. And so, again, this is just what this space is just going to be about. This is just the beginning. And so for the people that like this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe to this episode. I said episode twice, oh my gosh. But point is, I want you guys to just sit here and resonate with everything that's being produced in this space. And feel free to hit me up on a Do Not Disturb podcast on Instagram, a Do Not Disturb podcast on Twitter, and obviously you can find me here on a Do Not Disturb podcast on YouTube. And so, and remember, stay locked in, block out the noise, and build your legacy.